Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the State Basketball Centre. Live action here on the NBL1 YouTube channel. It's NBL1 men's action about to get underway. It's the Knox Raiders taking on the Nunawading Spectres. I'm always joined here by my wonderful co-host and colour commentator, Damien Morris. G'day, Damo.
G'day,
Welcome
Ducky.
back.
Thank you, mate. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a ripper. This is local rivalry at its best here. The Nunawading Spectres, one of the longest standing franchises in all forms of Victorian basketball. They're second on the ladder, 12-5. They come into this one up against a really hungry Knox side who, whilst their record of 7-9 is good enough for 11th, they really need to get a win here and keep their really slim finals hopes alive, don't they, Damo?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough night for Knox. Look, Knox were really good against Ringwood. We called the game here last week, Ducky, where they were really good against Ringwood. Last time they played Nunawading, Knox got them by 17, and Knox scored 17 from turnovers from Nunawading. So Con that night had 15, Walker had 9 boards. Last time Knox played them, High had 22, Hunter had 20, and James Hunter that night when he had 20 shot 5 from 7 beyond the arc. So that was a big night for him, and Big Sedarian Rains that night had 22 points and 7 boards. So those players and then some are going to have to really step up for Knox. Like you said, Ducky, very slim finals chances are still there, but yeah, it's going to be a tough night for them at the office. Very experienced Nunawading lineup, been together for many years, a lot of these players. I think 5 big ins came back in last week. So the last game, Nunawading, they won by 14, beat Diamond Valley by 12. They did give up 21 points from turnovers in that game as well. So that night, last Sunday I think it was, Wright had 27 and Spatella had 19. So looking for a good game, good night tonight, Ducky.
Key matchup for me, mate, tonight is Tom Wright and Mike Rose. Mike's taken a bit of a back seat, really, with his own offensive game to sort of really go to the point guard spot and run this team in the absence of Nugget McDonald. So he really has taken on a lot here with the defensive matchups. He goes to the best player most weeks, and he has to go a long way to stopping Tom Wright tonight for Knox to have any chance of this game. You spoke there about James Hunter having a big one last time this Nunawading team took to the floor against Knox Raiders. There were 5 missing that night. You know, McDonald, Walker was there in his first game. McDonald, Wright, Steele, all out. It was a tough night for Nunawading. Con played a lone hand. James Hunter needs a really big game here, I feel. He's capable. He's quite capable. We know that. He's got the NBL ambitions to get into those roles. He's had NBL championship experience with the Southland Sharks. He's more than capable of putting up a nice big 22 or a 24 piece here tonight and really giving his team every chance to win the contest.
Yeah, Knox, defensively, Knox are really going to have their work cut out for him tonight. Nunawading averaged 10 more points than any other team in the comp. They shoot at 47%, which is a really good percentage, and they're the highest scoring team in the competition, whereas on the other side, Knox is the second lowest scoring team in the competition. So, and Nunawading are second best from the field at 47.6%. So, and both teams, and look at Nunawading with the size inside, neither teams are great from the outside. Expect to see Nunawading go to work on the inside tonight.
It's about to get real busy in here. Simon Con v. Sedarian Rains for the tip, and Nunawading come up with it. And McDonald will rally the troops. Thoseby sent straight to him. Rose has the job on right. Swatala back in the lineup. He's not afraid. He's a nice big athletic forward. He'll throw it around a little bit. Con hands off to Hronopoulos, who attacks the paint with gusto and gets the first 2 on the board. A nicely designed piece there by Coach Biwa to get Nunawading on the board. Damon Hire.
Yeah, Hronopoulos averaging 10.8 points a game.
Hire goes looking for Rains inside. His first contest last time he played Nunawading was sort of like his coming out party a little bit. He'd struggled here the first couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, he's been doing some really good work over the last 6 weeks. I hear he's been down training with Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, so he's been working really, really hard. And that is Rains and Con going toe-to-toe. It's just two monsters under there going to work. It's going to be a very physical battle all night, I would think.
Simon Con has been very, very good for a very long time at this level, Damien. He's had his chances with a couple of NBL teams. And, he's a 20-10 career guy at this level. He's an MVP of the Siebel League, multiple occasions, MVP of the Big V League when he was at Sandringham, which is now Southern. So he's instrumental. He'll get plenty of touches. He's a great passer out of that low post, high post area. And Dane Swatala, the athletic four-man, a really nice signing for them the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, shoots the three at 47.7%.
Yep. Thosby goes to work, can't get two.
Can knock it down from outside. And you're right, he's very athletic, Swatala.
Yeah, super athletic. Now watch him in, you can probably check his Instagram to find that out. Look at the way that ball moves for the Spectres. Back to Renopoulos for two.
They're up and about early, aren't they, the Spectres? A big fist pump there.
7-zip here to start the contest. Knox yet to get on the board. Mike Rose rallies the troops. They're standing around doing not much there. It's down to 8 on the shot clock. Higher penetrates. McDonald with a job on Damon Higher. Court vision from Shane McDonald is elite at this level.
Tip almost went. A quick transition from Nunawading.
Yep, Damon Higher loses it to McDonald. Just rallies the troops, finds Swatala. How's bringing Andrew Steele, Lucas Walker, Ben Eyre, Jack Saunders off your bench.
Yeah.
It's pretty good depth.
Andropoulos.
Yeah. And
right call by Coach McDonald, timeout.
DMAC with the early timeout, not one of his fortes, we would say, but he normally lets his players sort it out. This time he's had to chime in, and it's a 9-zip run here to start the quarter and the contest for the Nunawading Spectres.
They've blown them away early, Nunawading. Just that athleticism, that spark, that energy, like I said to you before, Ducky, a couple of fist pumps there early. They're up and about. They've come to play, and, good to watch in the first 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Ball just zips around, doesn't it? We spoke in the women's game about that couple of possessions when they made that 21-zip run, about how the ball moved, and it's a good sign from a veteran. Well, it's a strength of a veteran team, isn't it? When they've been together for a while, there's that synergy. They know where everybody's going to be on the floor. They know when to call plays for certain people. McDonald's passing and vision at this level has been elite for a very long time. No secret that he's had, runs in the NBL as well. So, like you said, they're up and about. Their energy's, prevalent here. And Renopoulos is like the youngest member of this starting five, and he's got all 6 to kick us off here. Thosby puts it on the floor and attacks hard and gets the 2. Raiders are on the board. Nicely designed little play there from DMAC out of the timeout. And Adam Thosby registers his first 2. He's been pretty good the last few weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Renopoulos walks into the defence.
Yeah, Thosby averaging 15.4 points a game.
Leads the team with that mark. So and he's been good the last few weeks. He's had his 20s. He's been shooting the ball quite efficiently. Ball goes inside of Rains. And Sedarian gets the 2. He looks good when he touches it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does look good. Yeah, he's had a really good 6 weeks.
Got me out of my seat a bit last week with his athleticism.
Still didn't make the highlight reel though, Ducky. I thought, I reckon the NBL1, the head office owes us one there. I thought he would have been a shoe-in for it.
We've been preaching him all year. He should have been prevalent and hasn't been, as he's missed there for 2.
It's going to be a good contest, isn't it?
We probably won't have a job next week if we keep playing on the social team. Swatala swoops in Cocked it back like he was going to throw it down and ended up finger rolling it in for 2. Knox need to just gel a little bit here, get the ball through hands, get the touches right. Chronopoulos with the job on Thosby as higher. Lines up for 3, can't get it. Reset the D. There's a lot of standing, isn't there, Damien?
Yeah.
You can't see it off the ball, but there's a lot of standing.
A bit stagnant at the moment, a little bit lost.
Yep.
15-4 down, 5:39 left.
Trying another change here. Simon Grant in. James Hunter goes out. Hasn't had a touch yet, Hunter.
You know what you're going to get from Simon Grant? You're going to get about 7 boards a game. You're going to get effort.
And Malik Munier up off the bench as well for the Raiders. So Thosby has switched on to right here. And Rose has gone to Chronopoulos. So it's just that high handoff action. Again, it's dangerous. Con's a big body, isn't he?
Yeah, I was just thinking, how are you going to get around that?
I'm not too sure you do. Grant checks in, and his first possession is a triple.
It's his ninth triple for the year, shooting at 26.7%.
He was good, really good last week, wasn't he, Simon?
Yeah, he was. He's huge.
Had a dozen. Oh, Mike Rose with the pinch on Tom Wright. Scoots ahead, attacks Swatala. Can't get the layup. Damon Hire from a step behind the 3-point line, can't get it. Raiders will rue that missed chance. McDonald swinging it around with that left hand. Swatala gets Reigns biting, and Simon Con rebounds everything when it's in his vicinity. Puts it in for 2. 10-point lead here for the Spectres to start this contest. Mike Rose overcooks, wanted 15, got about 18 feet. Swatala passes one up. Tom Wright, impressive. Australian 3-on-3 representative has been really good in that 3x3 hustle stuff. And substitutions all over the joint. Andrew Steele in, Lucas Walker in. Ben Air, just back from a 4-year college stint. There's a handy pickup. Reigns has the range from there, won't go with it. Passes it up to Rose. Grant, he won't pass it up too often at all.
That's his second triple, I think, Simon Grant.
He's 2 for 2. He's come out nice and angry. Barking at his teammates. Swatala likes the matchup. Takes advantage. Can't get the jump hook. Grant comes up with the rebound.
That's what he'll give you all night, that extra defensive effort.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just solid meat and potatoes kind of guy. Has the range to hit the 3. He walked straight in and put his forearm straight in Swatala's chest and said, "I'm here, big fella."
Yep.
Yeah, Mike Rose cashes in for 3. Good little fight back here by the Raiders. Back-to-back triples. Cut the lead to 4. Swatala likes that spot. Wright doing a really good defensive job on Mike Rose, not allowing him to just free up and penetrate. This is a jiggly little possession here from the Raiders. Munier gets a bump check from Ben Air. And Air picks up the personal foul, number 1 for him. Thosby comes back in. Damon Hire to the bench for the Raiders. Grant to Rose to Munier. Thosby coming off a double. Curls. Steele with the job on Thosby. He's going to have his hands full.
Yeah, there's only 2 on the clock when 2 left on the shot clock.
He's an exceptional defender. Andrew Steele, exceptional defender. So Thosby, if he thinks he's going to have a bit of a night out or anything here, he's going to have to work really hard for it. As Walker misses on his first try for the night.
Nunawading ball.
Knox have got to come up with that. Steele tries from long range, can't get one to go. Minute 42, it's died down a little bit here. Ball goes inside to Rains. Likes the height mismatch with Walker. Big boys himself to the basket and finally gets two off the rebound. Tom Wright. Cold start for him. He's none of 3 or 4. Rose wants the triple with Swatala in his face. Walker takes Rains off the dribble, gets hard to the basket. Sidarian with the eyeballs on the referee. Rains picks up his first personal. He will go to the bench, replaced by James Hunter. Jack Saunders in for the Spectres.
The game's slowed down in the last couple of minutes. I think part of that's to Andropoulos now being on the bench. He sort of had that real spark and energy early, and with him out of the game, things have just slowed down a bit.
He's like a CJ8, a fresh CJ8 spark plug in your whippersnipper, isn't he?
Yeah. And that's allowed the Raiders, they've hit 3 triples. It's allowed them just to sort of rein in that lead a little bit and just to settle.
Clear picture there from the Nunawading defence to keep Mike Rose on his left hand, bringing that ball up, keep him a bit uncomfortable. As Grant made 2, doesn't make his third one.
Why not have a go at it?
A bit more contested, that one. Steele hits Saunders, who's a shooter. Yep, he is.
Yeah, good call, Ducky. He is a shooter. 34%, 27 from 77 attempts for the year.
Nice little horns action here to get Thosby open for 3. Can't get it. Hunter chases it down. He's going to go up big time. Can't get the putback. And will need to go to the line to make 2 here.
Personal foul number 14, Steele. His first personal team foul, 3. James Hunter at the line, shooting
2. Makes the first.
Shooting 75% from the stripe.
Makes 2. Benair hits Walker. Clock awareness not there for the Nunawading Spectres on that play. And ending the first quarter here, it's a bit of an indifferent contest here, isn't it, mate? With 1 quarter in the books, it's a 22-17 ball game, Nunawading's way.
Yeah, we know Nunawading are the highest offensive scoring team in the competition. They're shooting at 47% tonight, 9 from 19 from the field. Knox are down at 30%, so they'll be looking to get that percentage up, 6 from 20. Just going through some of the other stats here. The rebounds are pretty even. Nunawading has got Knox by 1. Turnovers 1 apiece, and points in the paint 12 to Nunawading and 6 to Knox, as we expect with that some of those big players that Nunawading have got inside. So, yeah, look, the game started really quick. Hondropoulos 8 points, Simon Grant 6 points, 5 for Swatala and 4 for Sidarian Rains. Yeah, it was intense pace, but Nunawading, they were up 9-zip. Coach McDonald called a timeout just to resettle his troops, and it sort of helped. It did help Knox because they sort of got back in at 5 points down at quarter time.
Yeah, it really took the sting out of it, didn't it? And it's not one of Coach McDonald's habits is he normally lets his team sort it out, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
And this time he whistled the timeout and said, these boys, pretty loaded. They could get away from us if we let them. So reined them in, and probably a really good timeout. Both teams back on the court to start the second. Here it'll be Knox ball. Damon Hire, Malik Munir in the backcourt, Adam Thorsby and Simon Grant in the front court with James Hunter at the 5. And Nunawading have Ben Eyre, Jack Saunders in their backcourt, Andrew Steele, Lucas Walker in their front court, and Simon Conn.
That's a big wingspan, isn't it?
It's massive. That arm is just enormous. Thorsby goes inside to Hunter. 13-foot no-look jump hook's probably not the one that D-Mac drew up out of the quarter-time break. Walker checks his feet, cops a knock.
Lovely fadeaway jumper, wasn't it?
Makes it 2, good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plenty of NBL experience in Lucas Walker. Member of the Melbourne Tigers, member of the Perth Wildcats, member of the Cairns Taipans.
Yeah.
4-year career at St Mary's. As Andrew Steele locates to the corner, that's just knowing where your teammates are. Higher, punches the D, hits Hunter for 3, likes it.
Like I said at the start in the preview, Ducky hit 5 from 7 beyond the arc last time they played, so he can knock it down.
Shoots the ball quite well, James Hunter, when he wants to. Walker likes the matchup on Grant, hits Steele in the corner.
2 in a row.
Can't leave him unattended, mate.
2 in a row. It's only his 10th triple for the season.
Steele.
Saying that, he's only played 5 games.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's shooting at 28%.
A bit of a bump off the ball there. Andrew Steele with the, let's call it a hip check. Damon Hire curls hard off the out of bounds. Float game is normally pretty good for Damon Hire. It's not on that occasion. 29-20 now. Nunawading running. Steele attacks Thorsby. Pushes off. Adam's got to come up with that rebound.
You've got to box out and make body contact. You've got that monster con coming through there. You've just got to make some sort of contact.
Just didn't want it hard enough at the contest there, I reckon. And personals on Ben Eyre.
Nunawading by 11.
Malik Munir back in for the Raiders now. Ball goes inside to Rains. It's been Knox's only sure way to the basket here in the first half. He can't find 2. Simon Conn's just a really good defender. Uses the exceptional length that he has as Steele attacks and dishes to Walker for 2. Nice possession. Nunawading. Coach McDonald wants the timeout. Rains outside to Hunter for 3.
That's his second.
Keeping the Raiders in it here.
And the Raiders' outside game is probably what's keeping them in it altogether this evening.
And that's a 2 for the Spectres. It takes the lead back out to 12. A timeout again for the Knox Raiders. This slow starts to the quarter. They've been the bane of their existence this season, really, haven't they, Damo? And they've got another one here in the second quarter, and Nunawading are out to a 12-point lead.
Yeah, well, you're right, Ducky. And it's forced Coach McDonald to blow another timeout just to try and resettle the troops again as they're 12 points down with 7 minutes 12 left in the second.
Really efficient basketball going on from the Nunawading Spectres. They're 15 of 26 from the floor at the moment. And their three-point game has picked up slightly. They're now 3 of 8 from downtown.
And Walker and James Hunter are the top scorers this evening, 8 points apiece, and Hondropoulos has got 8, and Simon Grant's got 6, Sedarian Rains has got 4, and Steele's got 7 for the Spectres. Simon Conn with 7 boards, as we'd expect.
Benny has changed the contest a little bit here with his full court pressure. He's staying in the game here, even though he's got a couple, and he's got the job on Damon Hire. He just looks like a bit of a pest, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's in there to do a job, and he's doing it very well at the moment. Ball goes inside to Rains. Pack line defense as he hits Hunter, who queued up for it. He couldn't get it to go. Benair attacks hard. Beats Damon High to the basket for 2 and gets the foul as well.
And you're right, you mentioned that job he's got to do. He was wearing Damon High down the other end very, very closely. And then the other end in transition takes it to the rack and the end one.
Young rookie not taking a backward step at all against the veteran Hire. And he makes the free throw as well. 15-point lead now for the Spectres. Raiders need a basket here, to say the least, Damo.
Yeah.
Rains goes inside to Hire in the block. Good decision. And got Jack Saunders in the air and picks up the personal foul. And will go to the line to shoot 2. How's my man Damon Hire from the line, Damo? Is he any good?
%82%.
And we won't say a word here. As our Moz radar's been on fire tonight, hasn't it?
It has indeed.
Oh. Strike again. Makes the second. Cuts the lead to 14. McDonald back in. Extended pressure now for the Raiders.
Need a big effort on the boards from the Raiders here. Another one, you've got them by 7 on the boards.
McDonald to Chronopoulos to Swatala in the corner for 3. Yeah, that's pretty.
I like the way Chronopoulos goes about it. He just looks energetic.
Yeah.
He always makes something happen.
Yep. Mike Rose looks inside to Rains. Gets collared by Swatala. It clears out the room.
Oh, offensive foul.
And gets pinged for the offensive.
He's on 2, Sedarian.
Swatala staggered there like a prize fighter in the 9th, Damo.
Don't think it's going to worry him. When you got guns like that.
Yeah. Walker, scoop shot, beats Hunter to the spot and gets the 2. This one's getting pretty messy, Damo.
Yeah.
19-point lead for the Spectres. They just look like they can get a basket. Doesn't matter where it goes on the floor, does it? Plenty of Knox Raiders standing around. Thosby for 3. Connects from downtown. 43-27 now.
Knox have hit 6 triples tonight.
Chronopoulos likes the matchup with Thosby. Scoops high off the backboard. Costas Chronopoulos.
Whereas Nunawading got 20 points in the paint.
Mike Rose, pick and roll with Rains, who rolled hard. Hits Thosby. Uncontested, can't make the 3 here. McDonald kicks ahead. Walker will go to the line to shoot 2. Had a big air swipe at it there, didn't he? Big James, and just didn't get enough of it. And Walker beats him to the basket again for 2.
I think Simon Grant coming into the game is a good move by Coach McDonald. He just needs his experience out there, his level-headedness, just to settle the troops before, like you said earlier, Ducky, this is getting ugly before the game's completely blown out and completely gone. See what Simon Grant could do. He'll just get his hands in there and just on some boards. He'll just make a contest every time.
Spot on, Damo. That's what we like about him. 19-point lead. Right, back to Rose. Keeps him on his left hand. Need some movement here, the Knox Raiders. Rose for three. Like the look of it. McDonald in transition is always dangerous. That's the reason why.
Yeah. And I was just watching down this end before with Swatala with on Grant, just at the arm bar, just keeping him up above the point. Just wasn't allowing Grant to sort of cut into the paint at all. Just that physical presence that all the Nunawading players just seem to be, that physical presence about them.
Jordan Adam into the game for the first time for the Raiders. Adam Thosby goes to the bench.
And I like Adam coming into the game as well, Ducky.
Something a bit different in it.
Yeah, he's got that athleticism. You're not a Youth League MVP player for no reason. You can play.
Ball inside again to Rains. I'm not too sure that there wasn't a guess there.
Yeah, I think one ref was talked in by half the players and the other one was talked into
6
by...
to shoot. On ball, higher, gets it off. Can't connect for three. Another empty possession for the Knox Raiders. Chronopoulos hits Watala.
Is that mismatch against Swatala and higher?
Yep. Nice. Cut to the basket for Chronopoulos. Watala hits him.
Yeah, talk about synergy with a team, you know. It's just that understanding where I know where you'll be. I don't have to hear you say anything. I know you'll just be there. And it's good basketball to watch at the moment from Nunawading Spectres.
Yeah, he took 3 dribbles there, didn't he, in the post. Backed him down, and just waited for somebody to move.
Yep.
Whereas at the other end, the ball's going inside to Rains, and guys are just standing around waiting for the ball to come back out. You know, there's no activity off the, off the line or anything like that. Nobody's flashing to the basket. Yeah, Chronopoulos is not big. He's only 6'2". He's not afraid to dive in there as Rains tries to connect for 3. There is a lot of movement, lot of Knox Raiders not in the paint, isn't there?
Yeah.
Con's got the mismatch on higher. Swatala recognises. Just turns and faces. That'll go up at 6'10" with the arms that he's got. And
you know, Damon High for about 10 seconds there thought, I'm done. It took about 10 seconds for it actually to prove that he was, but to his credit, he hung in there. But
Adnam for 3. Can't connect. Chronopoulos with the rebound. Adnam picks it up. Plenty of blue shirts in front of him. Grant fumbles in transition.
Damon High has come up a bit proppy from that last contest.
Knox turn it over again. Grant saves. There's 5 on the shot clock. Higher has got to get it off. This doesn't look right, does he, Damien? Higher after that play. And Chronopoulos finishes at the basket.
Yeah, this is...
And I think we've got an unsportsmanlike here on Jordan Adnam. So it'll be 2 free throws for Chronopoulos. Real spark plug here, and he's got 15 in the first half.
You look over at the Knox bench and a look at dejection over there. Half-time can't come soon enough, Ducky. Just to regroup, resettle, have a chat. What can we do to stay in here? This is a slim chance of finals. But Nunawading just lots of ball movement, lots of energy. They're long, they're athletic.
Another change, Josh West in for the Raiders for the first time. 2:20 to play here. Nearly a 30-point lead here for the Nunawading Spectres, 56-27. Handoff. West straight to McDonald.
1 on the clock.
Swatala calmly backs his man down. Throws up a fadeaway air ball, but It's not like they can't absorb a turnover there, is it?
Nunawading is shooting at 67%.
Just really efficient basketball, isn't it? They all know where they are. Rose stuck on his left hand. Tom Wright as he penetrates to the basket. Gets to the hole for 2. Really nice move by Mike Rose. Ball inside again to Swatala. And again, inside out.
Nunawading have had 11 more boards than Knox.
Swatala knocks over Simon Grant and gets called for an offensive foul. Picks up his first personal foul. And it's pretty handy. You can sub Dane Swatala out and Lucas Walker comes in.
Yeah. Lucas Walker's 11 points for the night.
Rose gets right, spinning. Took his eyes off him for a second there. Grant's wide open at the 3. Josh West is wide open at the 3. And gets it to roll home. Josh West. Nice triple there. The young fella. Again, motion action from the Nunawading Spectres. West will pick up the personal here, and it's penalty 2, sending Tom Wright to the line to shoot 2.
%from the line, Tom Wright.
He's been a really handy addition, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You know, the last sort of 3 or 4 years since he's come across from the Apple Isle. Just love the way he goes about it. Moves without the ball well. Makes free throws, makes the 3-point shot, finishes at the ring, can go to the point guard spot if he needs to. Quality selection in any team. Tom Wright makes the first. And gets the second to rattle home. And he goes straight back to Mike Rose's right hip. Says, don't forget about me, pal. I'll be here all night. Rose works hard to find Rains, who comes up short. Walker pushes, hits right, and that's 2. Good transition from the Spectres.
Yeah.
This lead is 28 points. Adnam, 6-footer, gets about 4.5 feet.
8 seconds on the clock.
Con, an enormous human, just immovable object. And that ends a pretty dismal half for the Knox Raiders. NBL1 action here live from the State Basketball Centre. It's a dejected Knox Raiders walking off the floor here. They trail by 30 points. The Nunawading Spectres is 62. The Knox Raiders on 32.
Yeah. Just blown them away, haven't they? Nunawading shooting at 66%. Knox is shooting at 29%. Nunawading 13 more boards than Knox. 15 assists to Nunawading to Knox's 8. Points in the paint, 26 for Nunawading, 8 to Knox. Leading point scorers for Nunawading, Hondropoulos 15, Walker 11 and Con 8. Conzor also had 7 boards for Knox Raiders, Hunter 8, Simon Grant 6, Mike Rose 5 and 4 boards to Sedarian Rains. Disappointing to say the least first half to the Knox Raiders. I'd probably say, Ducky, the most disappointing half I've seen all season, perhaps.
Defensive effort's just not there, man. I know they're playing against a good Nunawading team, but they haven't really taken them out of anything, have they? You know, Nunawading have been really free to do basically whatever it is they want isn't it? And it's the reason why they're shooting 68% from the floor. And let's hope it can have a bit of a turnaround here in the second half. We'll be back soon, live from the State Basketball Centre. Welcome back to the broadcast live on the NBL1 YouTube channel. We're here at the State Basketball Centre. Welcome back, Damo.
Yeah, thanks, Dougie.
It's not a good picture, is it?
No, look, and Knox down by 30. Dejected group that walked off at halftime. Dejected group that walked back onto the floor. Hopefully, though, 5 good minutes of basketball just to hang in there, just to get some baskets, just to get some confidence back. And let's see what the second half can bring. But, yeah, no, it wasn't a pretty first half. Nothing's
impossible in this game, isn't it? And that's why we love it. And that's why we tune in every week and so on. And, we saw, the Kilsyth game. Knox go to Kilsyth and, they're 14 points up at half-time, and then Kilsyth come out and go on that excessive 23-0 run or something like that to start the third, and it just changed the game. And it just changed the game again in the girls' contest today, didn't it too? So anything's really possible. This group need to pick themselves up off the floor. They look like, a prize fighter on the ropes halfway through a title fight. Don't wave the white flag here. Dig in. Take it step by step, possession after possession after possession. You're playing a quality team. Just make sure you match their intensity and their level.
Try to get some boards. Don't allow Nunawading to get any second efforts. I mean, Nunawading is shooting at 67%. That's not going to continue, you wouldn't suspect. But we've got to make sure Knox are getting the boards, not to give them a second look at it. Otherwise, they will continue to hurt Knox all night.
3-2 zone look here from Knox to start this. With a little bit of trapping action. Tom Wright aggressive, attacks the paint. Simon Connell make that.
Yeah, you called it, Ducky. That's his bread and butter. He makes a living from that, doesn't he?
Yep. 64-32, double the Knox Raiders output now, the Nunawading Spectres. Can't stand around here. You've got to move the ball now. Get some motion action as Rains and Rose get involved in a pick and roll. Rose with a little step back. Nice little one-footer.
Yeah.
Banks it home for 2. A little bit of extended here. Don't be confused in what you're doing, Knox. Just, make sure it's possession after possession. McDonald is just like a quarterback, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yep.
Yep. Hits his tailback, who misses. Chronopoulos, Jesus, the spark plug.
Yeah, he is. Energetic.
15. Plenty of finishes around the rim. Con again for 2. He's been doing it forever, so I don't know how you stop it. You don't really, do you?
No, and he's up to 12. And
yep. Rains hits Rose. Get moving now. Big on ball. Rains cocks it back and throws it down for 2. Nice play. With some good action and finally a bit of movement for the Knox Raiders, Damo.
Yeah, they've been stagnant, haven't they? And that's what we want to see.
Swatala. Back to McDonald. Pick and roll with Con. Gets into the paint. Swatala. Corner 3. Get a rebound, fellas.
Just keep coming up with it, Nunawading, don't they?
Not too sure who that one was on. That was on Rains. That's his 3rd personal foul. That's big in the contest or in the context of this game because he's been really about their only avenue to the basket. It won't say on the scoreboard, but he's touched it most times, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's been making a contest down there against Con. So even his body in there, the size of his body has been important for the Raiders. Like you said, he's not damaging on the scoreboard, but
it's a hungry group, this Nunawading team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wright penetrates, float game. Rains overcooks. Hire gets a hand on it and pokes it away, and Thosby comes up with a loose ball. Penetrates to the hole, and James Hunter's going to get on the dunk party for the Knox Raiders. Throws one down for 2.
It's good to see some more points in the paint from Knox.
It's a good aggressive drive from Adam Thosby. Set that one up. McDonald sets that one up with a nice aggressive drive, and Con can't get it. Hire penetrates and travels. Looks a bit indecisive, doesn't he, tonight, Damon?
Yeah, and like we called just before half-time, looked a bit proppy when he went for a contest and might have hurt his ankle or looked a little bit proppy.
Extended token pressure from the Knox Raiders. McDonald deals with it in one dribble and one pass. Ball goes inside to Con, like it does on most plays, and Swatala is wide open in the middle of the paint. Knox again have to battle to come up with it. Mike Rose, get running, son. Ball goes to Hunter, hands off to Hire, on ball situation. He steps back, can't get it. McDonald beat James Hunter to the glass there like he wasn't even in the contest. Con for two.
It's been good this quarter, Con, hasn't he? Just knocked down 3 of those.
Rose aggressively attacks the paint. Hunter scoops up the loose ball. Higher, can't find Rains, turns it over. McDonald pushing, just drops it off. It wasn't even really a pass, was it? It was like an extended dribble.
Yeah, it was just a push along.
Yeah. A collision on the far side, and Thosby and Hranopoulos. He's pretty happy with himself.
Yeah, I reckon he likes that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind in front of the bench.
Yeah.
Boys are giving him a bit of a cheer along there.
Oh, you were unlucky, mate. Yeah, great job. McDonald's pass then was just like, he just had eyes for the basket, didn't he? Just didn't even really look away. Just knew exactly where Tom Wright was, and he scooted down the outside.
Andropoulos, 15 points. Again, Raiders a bit stagnant.
Goes inside to Rains, hits Hunter, who is stretch four-ing at his finest tonight.
Yeah, he is. Knocked down 2 triples.
Can't make that one though. Swatala, a little bit fancy. Gets it to Con. It's a broken play now. Hranopoulos. It's busy. McDonald wide open in the corner. For about 14 years in a row, I reckon I've been watching that.
Never get tired of it.
I do. He doesn't play for my team. As Rose gets the bump from Con. And that'll be Simon Con's second personal foul. Malik Munier in. Damon Hire goes to the bench, and Simon Grant will check in as well. James Hunter will check out.
So get down, folks. Next week to the NBL1 Indigenous round. Initiative Knox Raiders versus Bendigo here. State Basketball Centre will be a massive Saturday night of basketball. Knox versus Bendigo, supporting Indigenous basketball. Get on down here. We'll be hopefully close to a full house. I know many tickets have been sold. Follow
Knox Basketball on Facebook for all your details to that one. There's normally an event or something like that I like that tells me that I've got to come back down here next week. So should be a ripping game. Bendigo women top of the table. Kelly Wilson's in great form. Depleted Knox Raiders again. And the men are hanging on to that 6th or 7th spot in the finals. So
and there's going to be a lot of special activities, a lot of special guests are planned for next week, Ducky. So I know the people at Knox have put a lot of work behind the scenes to make it a big event. So I hope the local community get out here and support their team and support a great cause supporting the Indigenous round. Rose
and Rains in a pick and roll. Thosby's wide open. That's normally the case when you pay attention to the big fella rolling to the basket like that. Mike Rose does a good job of finding him. Up to 4 assists now, Mike Rose. Shane McDonald. I think about 14 years I've been watching that one too. Just goes about it in a really good way, doesn't he? He's I'll be telling my young fella, if you want a role model to look at who doesn't really do anything outside of his own realm, doesn't make the game look hard, go and have a watch this guy's tape.
Yeah.
And a ripping lad too off the court, might add, Shane McDonald. Personal foul picked up there by Adam Thosby. Wasn't shooting.
And the Spectres have doubled the boards of Knox.
6 to shoot now. Thosby can't get it. Tom Wright. Knox need to make an indent in this contest right now. Walker finds McDonald, cues up.
See how fast that pass was?
It was very, very quick, wasn't it? Rose in transition for 3, can't find it. Raines keeps it alive. Just swipes that big ham hock at it. And Rose connects this time from downtown.
If he gets to have 2 of those in a row, he's definitely likely to make one of them.
Walker, somebody opened the door because there was a bit of a breeze pushing that one back. First minutes tonight for Abe Knock as he subs in for Cedarian Raines, and Jordan Adnam checks in for Adam Thosby.
29-point ball game.
Mike Rose high handoff with Simon Grant. Gets Abe Knock rolling to the basket. Adnam standing still. Needs to catch in rhythm a little bit. Knock can't make a contest. Steele, corner 3.
That's his 3rd triple for the night, at least.
Mate, he's good, I'm telling you. Plenty of state singlets in Andrew Steele's wardrobe throughout his junior career, mate. It wasn't one that I don't reckon he made, to be honest. A very, very good player. Knox looks so out of sync. Ben Air pushes now in transition. Hits Walker, who tacks and gets 2. And it's back to a 34-point contest here. Coach McDonald with only Mike Rose on the floor at the moment. And he goes out now for Josh West. Was that almost a white flag, Damo?
Yeah, look, it looks a very dejected group over there on the bench. There's still 12 plus minutes left of basketball in this game.
As we have an 8-second backcourt violation. Good pressure from the Raiders.
I mean, let's be honest. It seems impossible that Knox can possibly win this game, but doesn't mean there's not a lot to play for.
Malik penetrates hard, finds Josh West. Has it taken away by Lucas Walker. Ben Air hits Jack Saunders in transition. He likes those normally. Can't find it. And we've got a tie up. And the possession arrow goes to the Knox Raiders. Adnam through hands now to Malik. Malik in an on-ball with Abe Knock, who rolls hard to the basket, wants it. West wants an on-ball with him, can't find him. Ben Air picks it off. And he's wide open for 3. Adnam, push the ball, son. Hits Simon Grant in transition, who gets the 2. 46-80, and Abe Knock is going to pick up the foul here.
22 assists to Nunawading.
Luke Van Ryn in now for the Spectres for Swatala.
Points in the paint, 38 Nunawading, 12 to Knox.
What was that stat then? 30.
Points in the paint?
Yeah.
It is 38 Nunawading, 12 Knox.
Steele catches, shoots 3.
And that's his 4th triple.
Yeah. And he is on fire.
I'm not sure if Knox has recognised that he's on fire.
Well, haven't really had much of a chance. As Walker deflects another one, Van Ryan ahead of the pack, pulls it out. And they find Ben Air. Ball goes into Walker. Turnaround for two. And Simon Grant can't believe it. Another one goes in.
We're out to a 37-point game.
61% from the floor, the Nunawading Spectres. West wants the post up against Saunders.
Well, I did say they couldn't continue to shoot at 67%.
You were right.
Right on something.
Walker ahead of the pack, finds Air.
10 on the game clock.
Relocates. Can't come up with it. Simon Grant with about 3 seconds. Gets one off. And the tail of the tape tonight is exactly that. As it's a really, really, really bad night here for the Knox Raiders NBL1 men. It's an 37-point lead for the Nunawading Spectres. They lead 85-48. Incredible shooting percentage from the Nunawading Spectres is the reason why they are 62% from the floor. Tell us the rest of it, Damian Morris.
Yes, 60, as you said, 62% from the floor, Ducky. From outside the triple, 8 from 18, Nunawading at 44%. Rebounds, Nunawading have beat Knox by 13 with the boards. 24 assists to Nunawading to Knox's 12. Basically leading all the stats. Points in the paint, 38, Nunawading 14 to Knox. Bench points, 34 from Nunawading and 11 from Knox. Lead scorers for the night, Walker 15, Mike Rose 12 for Knox, James Hunter 10 for Knox, Simon Grant 8 and Hondropoulos 15 and Simon Conn 14. 7 boards to Simon Conn and 5 to Big Sidarian Rains. So it's a, like you said, Ducky, it's a tough night at the office for Knox. There is a 1 quarter left for Knox to probably try to just play for a little bit of pride in this one, just to fight it out, try to win the quarter.
Just checking the footy score, Damo. I hope my Cats are doing all right tonight. Your mobber tomorrow, is that right?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Did you tell me corporate day of the footy tomorrow for you?
It is indeed.
Oh, look out.
A little bit excited.
They ping Josh West for a foul here.
14 on the clock. Nunawading ball baseline.
Cats are up by 9 points, Damo. Halfway through the third. Steele catches, thought about it. Why not, he says. I'll just hand this one over to Jack Saunders, who cashes in a triple, and it's a 40-point lead now for the Nunawading Spectres. Steele, corner 3. That one didn't even look close. I can't understand that because the other 4 have been bottom of the net.
Yeah.
Abe Knock trying to get on the scoreboard, can't. Simon Grant still playing every possession like it's the first.
Yeah, and going to be his last. He plays like it. Yeah, I'm really going to look forward to watching Nunawading in the playoffs, Ducky. You know, I think they've got a very good, experienced lineup. They're athletic. They're good to watch. They're energetic. They've shot the lights out tonight, but I'm really looking forward to seeing them in the final series.
Saunders goes for 3 again. And there is not... Knox can't do a thing right here, can they? Munye penetrates hard. Just rolls over the front of the ring. It's 30% on the floor for the Knox Raiders tonight. John Cook has checked in to Ben Air for 3. Comes up with it, Air. Drops off to Walker, who gets clobbered. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. Do you reckon we can turn Basketball Jones off yet?
Got to love his enthusiasm.
You do have to love his enthusiasm.
He's up and about still to the end. Wandering around, getting the crowd going, energetic.
Adnam through hands now to Grant, who finds Munier on a back cut. Adnam spinning to the basket. Can't get the roll. He does get the roll, sorry. So what do you reckon, Damo? Having a look at the ladder in NBL1 here, in the men's division, Ballarat have been the form team all year, really.
Yeah, we saw them here one night, didn't they? And they looked really good.
Yep. The Saunders tries for three-pointer, I don't know how many. Munier 1 out. It's belted by Saunders and picks up 2. So Ballarat at 15-2. Nunawading at 12-5. Geelong at 11-7. And the really surprising team there is the Frankston Blues in the top 4.
Yeah.
At 10-6. And they've come good, and they've added a couple of pieces throughout the season. Dan Trist and Najil Young came in, after the first couple of weeks, and I've seen them a couple of times, and they look all right, Frankston. Yeah,
and I think Kilsyth got rolled by Hobart last night. Is that right?
They did. A very, very hungry Hobart who were.
And look, Hobart beat Knox 2 weeks ago, and I think Knox was the one that got away from Knox. I thought Knox probably should have won that game as well.
Absolutely. Tad Duffelmeyer just went to work.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he just turned it on.
Yep.
It was good to watch, but.
So.
And what about Melbourne?
Yeah, well, they've dropped off. They've dropped off a little bit, haven't they? They were 9-3. They were in 4th spot, so I think they've lost 4 on the trot.
Yeah.
And they haven't looked good. They had as Jordan Adnan goes hard to the basket for 2, and will have to go and get the 3rd point the old-fashioned way at the stripe.
And you'd have to say the way Knox have played tonight that. Bendigo, who are 8-8, would definitely start favourites next week to beat them. So they're currently sitting 9th behind Dandenong on percentage. So you'd have to say Bendigo would be a fair chance to beat Knox next week, based on what we've seen here tonight.
So we just brought up the form there, as you can see, and the hottest team in it now is Ballarat. They've won 5 on a row since Frankston knocked them off at their joint. And Frankston have won 4 on the trot. Kilsyth have dropped 2 in a row. And Melbourne have only won 1 in their last 4. So there's some teams that are really fighting for those last sort of 4 spots in the playoffs.
Abe knocks down a 2.
And I'll be really surprised to, I'm not too sure who falls in, but it's really tight through there. Kilsyth 9-7, Melbourne 9-7. Waverley 8-7, and Dandenong on 8-8 as Van Ryan can't connect. And Bendigo just behind on 8-8. So Bendigo will come in here next week really hungry, looking for the win. So Malik Munier goes almost coast to coast and picks up the 2. Luke Van Ryan has it pinched by Malik Munier, and he's away. And he hits Jordan Adnam, who makes the 2.
And it's been a good couple of minutes for Knox here. They just sort of blew out to about 47 points, I think it was there at one stage, and Knox have reined it back into 32.
And they've got an unsportsmanlike foul here.
Unsportsmanlike foul
on Ben Eyre. Jordan Adnam shooting 1.
You just see the experience of Lucas Walker there together. Some of the players there wanted to continue having a chat to the ref, and he just got them in a huddle, said, "Come on, boys, let's forget about that."
With 32 to the good here, fellas. Just chill out. Let's get the next possession. Don't worry about it. No stupid stuff here. We don't need to implode. Malik Hits Adnam, lifts. Can't get the three. It's rebound Nunawading. And Ben Eyre. Fouls on Josh West.
The question I heard from here was, how was that on me?
He's pretty demonstrative, actually. I heard the same thing you did, but yeah, he's right. As Luke Van Ryan goes looking for three, can't get it. Walker gets the offensive rebound.
It's really good ball movement, isn't it? It's been a feature of their play all night, that ball movement, extra pass.
Yeah, you keep this group pretty much together. They tried Ray Mitchell at the start of the year, Nunawading, the import. I don't know where he went, and I don't know what the story is, but he's not there now. They brought Lucas Walker in round 5, and they've just added Ben Eyre about a month ago. And it just gives you pieces, like that. You bring in Walker, who's, 7, 8, 9, 10-year NBL veteran, and he's quite happy to come here and just do his bit, isn't he?
And I imagine there'll be players lining up to get into this lineup.
Yeah, of course. I tried and they wouldn't let me in. Apparently you got to be fit. Overrated.
Overrated. There's 5 minutes left. Nunawading by 32.
They've finally gone under the 60% for the floor tonight, Nunawading, so has dried up a little bit for them as Saunders penetrates. Josh West comes up with the rebound, barking orders. Keen to get Malik the ball a bit, and he hits Abe Nyok. Ben Eyre reaches in and is going to pick up the personal, I think.
I guess one of the positives from Knox at the moment is we've got 4 of the younger sort of players out there at the moment with the, you got Simon Grant, the experienced Simon Grant out there, but just seeing some extra minutes into some of the younger players that you've seen a lot of over the years, Ducky.
Yeah, look, it's good to see them. They've stayed and they've been loyal to the program, and they could have gone elsewhere for maybe a better opportunity off to a team not as successful. But guys like Westy have stayed the course, and and he's earning his opportunity now. And Adnam was a good pickup from Kilsyth. It just adds a bit of depth to this team, and it's the same here for Nunawading. Luke Van Ryan's a Nunawading kid, and Costas is a Nunawading kid, and it's good to see when you get in these blowout games, the kids come in and be able to give you a bit of depth and maybe showcase what the future looks like, especially for Knox Raiders fans. And
I think it gives the younger kids coming through. You think about from a Knox perspective, those kids that are running around in the under-12s, under-14s, under-16s. It gives them, this is the pathway that if I keep working on my game, keep doing what I need to do, commit to the club, work hard, I can get an opportunity to play out here on a big stage.
Absolutely. Walker. He's just become the leading scorer in the contest with that three-pointer. Going about a very nice little 21-point game, Lucas Walker. Been really unassuming. The one thing I don't see here from the Knox Raiders in this group, though, Damien, that might concern me a little bit is a real floor general type, someone who can grab this second group by the scruff of the neck and say, hey, you're my crew. Let's sort ourselves out, try and get some stops here. And it lacks that a little bit, but, there'll be somebody underneath coming through who can do that in the youth league side, Darcy Parkinson or Nick O'Shaw, who can come in and contribute. Malik penetrates. He's got a nice little float game, normally not on this occasion.
The air has well and truly gone out of this game, hasn't it?
Yep. Inside to Walker. turns around, 23. He has got a really efficient night going. Lucas Walker up to 23 points at 80% from the floor to throw in 8 rebounds.
That's massive stats, aren't they?
It's a nice night out.
Yeah.
Malik for 3. Can't get it. Rebound, Luke Van Ryan. Walker just surveying the land. Wants to get Cook involved.
That's exactly what he was doing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Saunders goes to 12 points now for Jack Saunders. I reckon
40-point game.
Jack Saunders 12 points, 4 of 7 from 3-point line. Goes now 4 of 8. So again, folks, don't forget next week down here at the SBC State Basketball Centre, home of the Knox Raiders. NBL1 Indigenous round, Knox Raiders versus the Bendigo Braves here. It's a 6 o'clock tip-off for the Knox Raiders women, who are taking on the top of the ladder Bendigo Braves, and the Knox Raiders men tip off at 8 o'clock up against the Bendigo Braves men.
Will be a host of special guests. There'll be Indigenous dancing, I believe a didgeridoo player, other special guests, other special events planned for the evening. So it's going to be a really big night. Come out and support with what will surely be a great night.
Simon Grant comes up with the steal. Malik penetrates hard and has it poked away off his knee.
There he is, Basketball Jones.
Gotta love him. Walker again just surveying. Drives hard to the basket. If you could not call those fouls, please, we all would like to go home now, wouldn't we?
Minute 19 left.
Yep.
Spectres by 38.
I'll have a word to Jordan Adam about that foul after the game. But you got to play every possession, don't you?
Yeah, you do, but it's been a really tough night at the office for Knox, hasn't it? I would say, Ducky, from what I've seen, I don't know if you agree, but most disappointing night I've seen when you consider that the slim chance of finals still alive, their home floor. Yeah, I just think it's been a really disappointing night. And look, full credit to Nunawading. They've shot the lights out. They've looked sharp. They've looked as good as anyone I've seen this year. On the flip side, so
second week back with their group all together.
Yep.
They've been really super impressive. Simon Grant can't get one to roll. Ben Eyre pushes the ball up the floor for the Raiders. The Spectres. Gets all the way to the paint. Hits Luke Van Ryan. There's a bit of a Steph Curry moment. A bit of a look away 3.
Yeah, Nunawading have been able to get minutes into a lot of their players tonight, which has been another bonus for them.
Not even the footy score is giving me any joy tonight, Damo. The Cats are only 10 points up against the Bullies. As Ben Eyre attacks the paint. Walker for 2 more. 27 in the contest now for Walker. 40 points is the difference. 106-66. Grant penetrates, jump hook, can't get it to go. Lucas Walker should dribble this one out. He does. And a real impressive display from the Nunawading Spectres coming in here to the SBC. They owed us one from round 5, Damo, and they delivered, didn't they?
They brutally delivered.
Really impressive fashion here for a 106-66 victory over the Knox Raiders, leading the way for both teams. Lucas Walker with a game high, 27 points and 10 rebounds on the double-double. Knox's leading scorer was Mike Rose with 12. Simon Grant had 10, and James Hunter had 10. Nunawading super efficient from the floor, going at 55% for the night. Knox is 33%, and they connected on 12 makes from downtown. The Nunawading Spectres convincing winners here tonight in a really, really dominant display, 106-66. Stay tuned to us next week. We'll be live here from the State Basketball Centre, NBL1 Indigenous round. The Knox Raiders up against the Bendigo Braves. On behalf of Knox Basketball, Damo, thanks, mate.
Thanks, Ducky.
It's been a dour night for the Raiders, and we'll see you back here next week, live on the NBL1 from Knox Basketball.